Milt, you've been with the channel here for quite a while. How did you get involved with this? I know all the people working here are volunteers.
Well, there was a lady at, I think it was at church, and she asked me one time what activities I was involved in when I first moved here. Mm-hmm. I told her, and she said, well, would you like to be on the radio station, the TV station? I said, I never have, but I'll be glad to do it. I've done a lot of that kind of thing in my previous job. And so that's basically how I got started. And we used to drive down that old road around where the lake is now that the kids walk around.
Yeah.
That used to be the laundromat for people who stayed at the hotel across the street.
Oh, the old Sunset Hotel?
Yes, yes. A lot of the people would bring their own bedding and sheets and towels and pillowcases, and then they'd go there and do that in that laundry.
Ah.
And then they eventually, the hotel ceased to operate, and when the TV station, I guess, used to operate out of a couple of cars. Guys would drive over to the tower and plug their tapes in and so forth, and eventually then they discovered that that was available, converted it into a TV station. And we were kind of looking for a different space ourselves. And someone then said, well, Cooper's going to be moving out of part of their building, and why don't you go over and consider that? And so we came over and looked around and said, my goodness, this is a blessing. And we moved over here, and I think we've been here ever since. So we took the studio over, and gosh, that's what, been 20 years ago or so?
It's been a while.
Yes, yes. But it was a blessing because, there wasn't any drip, drip, drip here from the
no
ceiling.
leaky roof.
Yes, yes, and no wasps and bees. And we did a lot of interviewing here. Welcome to the Village Highlights. My name is Milt Fronsoe, one of the co-anchors today. We're certainly glad you tuned us in. The other co-anchor happens to be
Shar Brungy. Welcome.
So you make these books come alive, and in your descriptions you have taken people on long journeys and trips, and they're still right there in that chair.
Yeah.
So what do you have for us today?
Take a deep breath of the morning air. It'll chase your worries and lose your cares. Grab your rod and I'll meet you there. I'm going fishing.
Welcome to another show titled Tom Talks Fishing. This lady's very humble. She's just an encyclopedia of information about fishing and a lot of other subjects if you really want to investigate those.
Amanda, when she was a guide, Milt, you might be interested, they called her in those days Zodi.
Was there any voodoo connected with this?
No, not at all.
In fact, I think every interview is kind of interesting, whether it's informative or sometimes it's just the people talking and exchanging ideas. And we're going to surprise you because we just have some fantastic guests with us today, and you'll probably want to get a pencil and paper to take some notes because this information is so valuable. And we have an expert here with us today, an encyclopedia of knowledge about energy in and around your home in the form of Brian Wise. And I was told to remember that name, just instead of saying Brian, just be wise.
I hope I can live up to that. That was quite the accolade on that introduction there.
Because we get a lot of wonderful viewers out there.
And Milt, you and I have been here for a very long time.
Oh, yes.
We've enjoyed working together off and on here and there.
Thank you.
From Walton Arts Center to here.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes.